The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. To throw on the first play, McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. To the air with McCarthy. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Throwing again, McCarthy. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is McCarthy. Open man is Jalen Naylor. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Here's McCarthy. This is caught by Addison. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Yeah, good job to get him to the ground quickly right there at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. That is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They go play action with Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. McCarthy off the play fake. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now a 2nd and 10. Now McCarthy. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key word.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 70 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
A run with Jones on first down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. Second down coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun. McCarthy dancing to his left. Jones has it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Looking to throw. McCarthy.
This one swung out here to Jones.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
McCarthy to throw on 1st and 10.
Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
McCarthy going to throw again.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That throw right on the money from the quarterback from Michigan. It's a first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Throwing on 2nd down, McCarthy. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, McCarthy. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. Hurts fumbles it. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigated the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or two.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, they've done a good job on these receivers. Pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Back to throw. McCarthy setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Third and goal, McCarthy.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So a big sack for a loss of 4. It brings up 4th and goal. And his kick here is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The improv act, they're good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Rolling to his right. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Hurts.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Smith catches left side. Touchdown!
Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Jefferson going to go in motion right. McCarthy now on first down. Completes this to Addison out left. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later.
How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is now 13. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a two-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Second down, here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Looking to throw. That one downfield for Dotson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Oh, some strong running. And the Vikings are going to take over once again.